My name is Mukesh. Thank you for listening to my video and taking the time to understand it. I'm sure you'll find some very good new knowledge. Today's topic is intelligent design and American Supreme Court judgments and/or court judgments by District Judge Jones. What the dispute relates to is that Dover, in the area of Dover in America, in Pennsylvania, the school had some science subjects in which teachers and parents felt an attempt was made to introduce the creator and intelligent design. Therefore, there was an attempt to bring in creator or supernatural power, which comes under the ambit of, as learned court state, it comes under the ambit of religion and philosophy. They say this is not science. So the dispute dragged on for a long time because the board member, I think Bonsell it was, mentioned, and he felt that Charles Darwin's theory of evolution did not explain everything. It did not explain everything about the origin of life. And he felt there were many missing knowledge or gaps in the knowledge in science. And intelligent design bridged that gap. So it should be taught. Well, this led to a trial with District Judge Jones, and entire town was polarized, where a lot of people said religion should not be taught in schools under the auspices of science. Now, learned Jones had stated this is an attempt to introduce religion through the back door. It's an attempt to introduce religion through the back door. And therefore, it's not science. Then Judge Jones further reversed that the books which were propagated with intelligent design were really no more than creationist attempt to introduce religion. Panda's book particularly is one of them, but there are many other books. The arguments and the proponents of intelligent design felt that irreducible complexity is not something which can arise by chance. It was designed. It was purposefully designed. And the learned judge had refused that argument. The learned judge further said that the intelligent design has not been tested by science, it has not been peer-reviewed, and it has been heavily refuted by the scientific establishment. And in doing so, closed the door on intelligent design. Now, the other court cases, like the one in 1987 with Aquilan, where the Supreme Court stated, just like District Judge Jones, that it was an attempt to introduce religion and religious education with a supernatural power, and it violated the Fundamental Amendment Act of American Constitution, in which the law prohibits the promotion or prohibition of religious knowledge. And this was cited that there is no proper scientific theory. And there are many other learned scientists who tried to put forward their arguments, but many opposed it. Eugene Scott, the chairman or lady of the NCSC, stated it was an attempt to Christianize the American society through the back door. So the question arises, if the learned Supreme Court has refused this argument put forward by intelligent design, certainly in 2005, and the doors are completely closed, then what is it about the intelligent design which is getting learned judges and the courts and everybody excited? Well, I aver that science doesn't know who the creator is. Science doesn't know who the creator is. And if they don't know who the creator is, how can they say there's an attempt to introduce religion with a supernatural power? And again, religious has some merits. It's not that they are completely daft or naive, but there are some very good points which are made by religionists. But that doesn't come under the ambit of science, and therefore has to be refused in the courts, and therefore in the classroom. Now, despite humongous efforts by the intelligent design theories, they could not bridge the wall. They could not bridge the wall. And it is my assertion that ignorance is bliss. Learned judge and judges are ignorant about the depth of scientific knowledge. And I can say it with conviction because American students don't know, and the teachers don't know the difference between creator and God. They think God is part of the religious ambit, which would breach the American Constitution, which keeps the state away from religion, actually prohibits it. So, how can this argument be advanced forward? It is my contention that science has prematurely mixed up the beautiful depth of intelligent design knowledge with religion and supernatural power. I can say them with conviction because I went in search of creator of the universe, starting from London. And it took me 14 years to find the creator. And during the 18th year, I wrote about religion and God. And then now, almost in my 30th year, I've unlocked the beautiful mystery of origin of life, origin of life. And in the new knowledge, which I'm revealing in my new book, there is not a single word about religion anywhere at all. There's not a single word about religion. And there's no mention of God. But this is a more detailed subject, and I will need to cover that in detail because emotions are high, and there are numerous ways of covering the new knowledge and bring it to the attention of learned courts to set aside the judgment. So the American students benefit from the new knowledge of intelligent design, which is very scientific, which I have discovered in my epic journey. And it'd be a gross travesty of justice to deny American science and students and colleges this beautiful knowledge purely because people think it is religious. And I can say I've got the scientific foundation and the proof of what I'm saying. That is nothing to do with religion at all. All the religions of the world disappear with my beautiful discovery of new scientific knowledge of quantum science. And it's a creator who controls everything from the finest levels of energy I mean, science doesn't even know who makes oxygen. Let's be honest. They know the percentage ratio of oxygen which you breathe in and breathe out, but they don't know who makes it, nor do they know how it's made. Science doesn't know how a single cell is made. Flagellum, which has been cited, is a beautifully complex structure. And to be fair, because the intelligent proponents didn't have depth of knowledge apart from this one major aspect, the entire judiciary has gone against them. And to be fair, and they have given benefit of doubt to Charles Darwin's and with his evolution theory of 1859. To remember, 1859 was a long time ago. Darwin himself felt that if they could find sudden emergence of multiple species appearing at the same time, then his cause would be fatal, his theory would be fatal, and would not stand the scrutiny of science. It's exactly what happens in the Precambrian era explosion, which eminent paleontologist has discovered by the name of Gould in America. So Darwin's approach was everything takes place slowly, because slow changes over a period of time, with mutation and natural selection taking the upper hand in providing or promoting the variety of species. And he cites his beautiful work which he had done. Let's not forget his 1859, so the guy deserves good credit for it. At least somebody had the guts. And I saw the specimens which he had collected, which form and are present in the museum at University College London, where I have seen the 60,000 specimens which Darwin had collected with his Galapagos trip. There's also the controversy between Darwin and Wallace, who felt intelligent design was the appropriate thing, but that's a separate issue again. So, secondly, Darwin also felt that I was not intelligently made. And therefore, he felt that I, with limited knowledge, is imperfect design and cannot be part of the intelligent design. Well, it is my contention that Darwin, while has got everybody thinking in the world of science about our origins, they can't pinpoint it with details about our origins. And with my new MC theory of everything, I'm revealing the beauty of the intelligent design. And I've got multiple evidence, variety of things which we have in nature, with which I can establish intelligent design is made by a creator who is not religious at all. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with religion. This is a blind belief people have made up in their mindset, and until they change that, people will stick to that. How many people change their mindset? How many people are prepared to listen or open an argument? But this I have discovered, and I'm revealing with my new knowledge, and I can state quite categorically that American students are unfairly denied and deprived with the latest knowledge of science, beautiful quantum science, which is the highest knowledge, with geniuses like Einstein, Max Planck, Dirac, and many more trying to unlock. Because I have this new knowledge after meeting Creator, it is Creator who took me right back to the beginning of time to explain some of the origins of life. So I'm revealing all that with my new book. And I can say the American Supreme Court judgment of 1987 of Edwards versus Macmillan can and should be set aside. It denies freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of thought, which American Constitution guarantees with the First Amendment. So if people can't talk, think, and write about their thoughts, they don't even know how thoughts arise. Thought is not religious. So if they can't figure this out, and they don't have a clue how thoughts originate, I am saying Darwin had beautiful knowledge, but it was limited knowledge in 1859. One of the other pitfalls already covered the concept about multiple species appearing in Precambrian era, which Darwin asserts would be fatal to his cause, and it is fatal to his cause. I also covered the concept of 3D vision, which I have unlocked fully with intelligent design. So you see, these are not just the two things which I've uncovered. Science don't even know how a human cell is made. Science doesn't even know how human beings die and what happens to them after death. But you can't restrict the knowledge which forms the highest embodiment of science, the quantum level for which people have spent their whole life trying to unlock this mystery. I think a gross travesty of justice and the American Supreme Court judgment should be set aside, and so should Dover case judgment by learned Judge Jones be set aside completely. Now I have uncovered new evidence, and therefore time is right how to present this to the learned courts. Either I can present this in the courts with an application to make a new application in light of new scientific evidence to set it aside, or I can present my scientific knowledge in a conference and any number of scientists can come, listen to it, whatever denomination they are, students can come, colleagues can come. Let me share the beautiful mystery. And once they know the absolute truth about Creator and how Creator has made everything in the universe, then people's opinion will change. You can't deny American students because of Supreme Court's conservative attitude. And it has to be conservative because there is a gap in the knowledge and they have to allow for introduction of this knowledge. So either we can make an application in Supreme Court or Dover Court to set aside the judgment and allow the introduction of intelligent design with my new MC theory of everything, in which I'm uniting everything, all the lives, all the nature, birds, animals, planets, solar system, universe, dark energy, light energy, electromagnetic spectrum, consciousness, death, what happens after death. Supreme Court doesn't have a clue, and neither does science. Death was beautifully pre-planned by Creator with the triple Q, which I have discovered. The triple Q stands for quantum code, quantum light, and quantum universe. This is beautiful science and beautiful example of intelligent design. Every life is coded. Did you know that? And it's Creator who controls how human beings die. So as I said, either we can get together with a conference where I can reveal my knowledge, and we could record this conference live in front of any number of people, thousands of people. I'm quite happy. And then we can submit that proof video recording and audio recording to learned Supreme Court to set aside the judgments, or we can have a trial and a hearing about my new scientific discovery of intelligent design with my theory of MC, theory of everything. And this is based on my first searching for Creator, searching for Creator. That's a secret about my success. It took me a long time, 14 years to find the Creator. Not an easy job. 99% of people wouldn't bother to do it. Scientists wouldn't bother to do it. They wouldn't want to lose the comfort of their laboratory and the research facilities. And I discovered all this and much more without any facilities as well. Completely destroyed. But this is a separate topic. This important thing is, now is the time when people need to get together and bring it out in the open, the divine knowledge of Creator, which is separate from God, and with my discovery, scientific discovery of intelligent design.